This episode of the Poundcast is in part brought to you by Louisville Vegan Jerky Company. They make Louisville Vegan Jerky. That's right. It's meatless, plant-based jerky, and you can find them at lvjco.com. And they have lots of different flavors you can choose from, such as buffalo hot wing, pepperoni pizza, smoky Carolina barbecue, and they also have limited edition flavors that they come out with every month. And the newest flavor is Real Tough Jerky. Okay? What's Real Tough Jerky? It's a Texas mesquite barbecue flavor, and it is a tougher, chewier texture that is reminiscent of classic jerky. So if you order on the website and use the code word Poundcast, you get 20% off your order. Now, this stuff is bagged in the United States. It has a shelf life of 9 months, and you don't have to order it online. If you want to order it in person at stores, you can find it at places like Whole Foods and Sprouts. And just check out their website, lvjco.com. Once again, use the code word Poundcast and get 20% off your order.
Brent talking. Brent, what will Brent talk about today? Brent talking to some pimples. Brent will talk to friends, and Brent talking on the Poundcast.
Hello and welcome to the Poundcast. My name is Brent Weinbach, and I'm here with comedian Greg Edwards.
What's up, Brent?
And I've known Greg for over 20 years.
Yeah.
And
Long time. Mr. Weinbach.
Yeah. And also Greg was the co-host of the Gangster Party Line Podcast, the short-lived Gangster Party Line
Good
Podcast.
Times.
But
super fun.
Yeah, maybe one day it'll be revived somehow.
Well, we got to do our next documentary, D's Nuts.
D's Nuts, the documentary. D's Nuts, the behind the music.
Yeah.
D's Nuts behind the music. Something like behind the balls.
No.
D's Nuts behind the behind the sack.
No, behind the balls is better. That's perfect.
Behind the balls?
Behind the balls, man.
Yeah.
That's great.
If the balls could talk.
If the balls, that's like
Louis'
Yeah,
album.
yeah,
Louis
yeah,
Katz has an
yeah.
album called If These Balls Could Talk. But,
Shout out to Louis.
But it is kind of like If These Balls Could Talk with
Behind
D's
the
Nuts.
balls.
D's Nuts. Behind the balls.
It's perfect.
Breaking down the balls. The great balls.
BTB, behind the balls.
Behind the balls.
That's great.
D's Nuts behind the balls.
These
That's
nuts
probably
behind
what
the
it's going to be
balls.
called.
And just like a balls, like, you know, when people, those trucks that have like the balls hanging in the back of them, that'll be like
truck nuts, they call them.
Truck nuts. Yeah. It's perfect.
I wonder, you know what would be kind of funny?
What's that?
Imagine truck nuts
Mm-hmm.
with a penis, too. You know what I mean? And the penis is dragging on the ground. You know what I mean?
You should make that. You should make that.
Uh-huh.
Sell it to truckers.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Truck, dick, and balls.
The evolution of truck nuts.
Truck, dick, and nuts. And it's just, you're just seeing balls swinging and a penis swinging. How inappropriate, huh?
I love it. I love truck nuts. Truck nuts have always made me giggle as a kid.
Yeah, and then there's some variations. I mean, they've got Garfield on there sometimes. Sometimes people have a stuffed animal hanging on their
True.
truck.
Yeah.
Imagine the stuffed animal.
With the dick?
The big dick, yeah.
I like it. I like all of it.
Can we do vaginas?
I mean,
Can we get a vagina out there?
I don't think vaginas are as funny.
No, I totally agree.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to vaginas.
No,
or
not at all.
anything,
I think it's like we're giving love to vaginas because they're not as funny as penises. Penises are very funny looking.
Well, but I don't know. Maybe some vaginas might feel, hey, vaginas can be funny.
No, I mean, yes.
I agree. I think penises are funny.
Definitely.
And maybe it's because of years of, I don't know, vaginas being portrayed in sort of not as funny of a light, you know?
I can see that.
That maybe that we're conditioned to not think vaginas are so funny.
Yeah.
That they're, vaginas are more portrayed as,
not funny.
serious.
Drennan used to do this bit where he had like a vagina and a penis, and they would be fucking, but he had it animated, and vaginas were funny when he did that. It's hilarious.
Well,
you remember that?
Yeah, I thought about two things to use vaginas. One was I don't remember that, but I remember there was I had this idea about. So I've never seen a penis come out of a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I made a short film called I Don't Dance, and I had a penis come out of my mouth.
Okay.
You've seen penises go in mouths, but
Yes.
you haven't seen a penis come out of a mouth.
Like out of a closed mouth? Like
well,
it's just
out
in
of a
there?
mouth that it starts as closed. Yeah, it's closed, and then it comes
penis
out. Yeah.
Okay, it comes out
The
penis
lips.
first?
Yeah, that's my
Forehead.
head first. Yeah. And that you've never seen before.
Yeah.
Then 6 months after that came out or so,
Somebody did that?
South Park.
Oh, wow.
South Park did it after that.
After you dropped it first.
Yeah, I mean,
It's all
it's hard
good.
for me to not think that, who knows, maybe something happened
Oh,
there,
I'm sure.
you know?
I'm sure.
Because it's also, it was this magician kind of bit they did on there, and
Mm-hmm.
the magician bit was similar to this other magician bit I have
Okay.
that I used to do.
So they've been watching you.
I don't know. Who knows?
I believe it.
I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know.
Why not?
All I'm saying is I don't know.
All's I'm saying.
So then I had this idea of vagina. It's just a shot of a vagina and a penis comes out of a vagina.
Okay.
Head first.
Head first.
Which you'd never seen.
Hard, flaccid, medium.
It's naturally kind of, maybe medium.
Medium.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's naturally hard, I suppose.
Yeah.
Naturally hard.
I was thinking more soft.
Oh, that's, yeah.
Soft penises are really funny.
That's interesting to squeeze a soft penis out of something. Hey, I like that. I like that.
Soft
A
penis
soft
is funny.
penis coming out of a mouth, but it's almost like spitting out slime or something like that. You know what I mean?
Kids are really into slime these days.
Right. Kids would love a slime penis, I
Yeah.
think.
Slime penis. That's another funny idea.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, slime penis. It's like one of those
Throw
when
it
you
at the
throw
wall.
those things on the wall,
Sticks
they
to
stick
it,
on the
and
wall.
it's
It's
a
a penis. And it kind of climbs down the wall. Maybe the balls help it climb down a wall. So, okay,
You are ridiculous.
that was one idea. But then you know what? I saw this movie called Infinity Pool last year.
Infinity Pool.
Yeah, it's David Cronenberg's son
Okay.
who made it.
Was it good? Where'd you see it?
I saw it on streaming, at
Okay.
home, yeah. I think there's a moment where I'm trying to remember if this got cut out of the movie or not, but I saw a vagina with a penis come out of it, and I thought I wanted to do that. I don't think that was stolen at all.
No.
Because I never.
But you know those ideas, like you think of an idea, and if you don't do the idea, somebody will do it within a 3 to 6 months period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe so. Yeah.
I think that's true.
I guess there's something. People are thinking things.
Mm-hmm.
There's an energy. There's a collective.
Exactly.
Unconscious or something.
Totally,
Subconscious or
yeah.
something like that. Anyway, the other idea I had was have you ever seen Ultimate Drumming Technique?
Ultimate drumming technique.
It's a
Doesn't
video I
sound
made.
familiar. Hold up. Maybe.
It's a guy he's naked and he's playing drums, but there's no snare drum.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of a snare drum, he's stroking his penis, and every stroke is a snare drum hit.
Okay.
You hear a snare drum hit with every stroke. And anyway, we thought about ultimate bass technique, which would be a naked woman, and she's kind of playing bass on her vagina, sort of, like this.
Yeah.
But I just thought I can't. To me, as a straight man, I can't. I don't know. That doesn't seem funny to me. It seems too pornographic.
Yeah.
Where the penis thing doesn't to me, even though there's a point he has a boner.
Yeah.
But a gay man did tell me, I know this is supposed to be funny, and it is, but I'll be honest with you. I saw his penis. He's stroking his penis. I see it's getting hard. I see a little bit of pre-cum in there, and I'm thinking it's kind of turns me on.
He liked it.
And I'm thinking, hey, you know what? Okay. Maybe it's not so funny.
I think the last video I've seen, I saw the special you sent to me a little bit ago. But the last video, was it a birth? A birth out of a
man
dick?
gives birth, yeah. I'm glad I got that out there before someone else did it.
Woo! That was wild.
No one's seen that,
Really?
No. But then I think Saturday Night Live kind of copied the idea.
Oh, you think so?
Well, they verbally did, Like they talked about this. The idea was the first male pregnancy or something like that. And then they describe it, the baby coming out of the penis.
Okay.
But, and that came out after I had come out with my video.
Did you put the video out there, though?
Yeah.
Okay. It was good.
I did, yeah.
Very artistic.
Oh, thanks.
Very German. Very like...
German, you think?
You know what I mean?
Thanks.
Like the Germans always do like wild, weird, like
my
videos.
last name is German, so,
Yeah.
It's not... My background is not German, but the last name is German.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know how that is, but
yeah, I do.
There's people pick German names.
Really?
Well, Jews did, and my background is from Romania, and they just looked on a map apparently and saw some kind of town or something named Weinbach that was in Germany, and they said, let's go with this. And they picked that as a last name. I don't know, something like that.
How long ago? Like how many?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe a couple 100 years ago or something. I don't know. Yeah.
It's a good last name.
Yeah, Weinbach, it's pretty cool.
I like it.
It's pretty cool. It means stream of wine.
Stream of wine.
You remember that probably from an old bit of mine.
Dude, I remember that bit. I remember so many of your bits. I don't remember that one. Stream of wine.
Weinbach. In German, it means stream of wine.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. You had to say it like that.
Yeah.
You had to say it like that.
But that's what it means, stream of wine.
Stream of wine. Fucking Brent, man.
What does Edwards mean?
Edwards? I don't know what Edwards means. I know what Gregory means.
Really?
Gregory means watchful.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you watchful?
I am watchful.
Really?
Yeah.
In what way? What are you watching? TV?
No. I mean, I definitely. Do I watch? I mean, I used to watch a lot more TV. But no, I notice everything. Even if I pretend not to, I always see it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Do you pay attention to details?
Totally.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
cues.
What?
Just
cues?
Yeah, like I'm very intuitive. Like I can tell if somebody's bothered or if something's going on with people. I mean, just being a comic.
Maybe because you're a Virgo. I don't believe in astrology, I swear.
I believe that too.
I don't believe in astrology. I'm not into that, but
for sure.
Maybe because you're a Virgo.
I think that,
like me.
That works too. Yeah.
And Michael Jackson.
You,
me, and Michael Jackson.
So many.
Nas,
you know who Nas is? The rapper Nas?
Yeah.
Virgo.
Nas? Frankie Quinones.
Frankie's a Virgo?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know Frankie.
You didn't know that?
Virgo. No.
His birthday is really close to both of you.
Really?
And me, yeah.
I didn't know that. Maybe I did. I haven't seen Frankie in a while. He's doing great. I love Frank.
Yeah.
So many of us, man. It's crazy. Sometimes
that are Virgos?
No. So many of like the SF comedy crew and everybody. So many people are doing well, and just you like see somebody and you just go back to like 2003 or 2005 and like it's crazy. It's just nuts.
Yeah. It's interesting. People are doing well.
People doing great.
People are doing great. Yeah, man, I gotta say, man, I got something on my mind right now that I want to talk about.
What you got, Brent? What questions you have for me?
Well, okay, I have questions for you, but before we get to some questions about you, I thought I would address something that's been on my mind a little bit.
What's up?
Maybe it's been on yours.
Okay.
It has to do with vice presidential candidate Tim Walz.
Oh, Tim Walz, big balls, Tim Walz. That's
behind the walls.
Big balls, Tim Walz.
Wow, they could make a thing about him called "If This Walls Could Talk," or something like that, or something like that, or like "Behind the Walls."
Tim Walz.
Tim Walz behind the balls.
They could do something immigration wise.
Has he done any slogan yet about Tim Walz has got the balls?
No,
or something like that.
Do you know much about him?
Well, I know a little bit about him. Yeah.
He's an interesting cat. He's like, he does a lot of like promotion stuff with his daughter, and they're funny.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they did like when he was the governor of, I forget, is it Minnesota?
Maybe.
I
don't know.
I think so. Well,
I know that he was a teacher.
Yeah, he's a teacher.
And that
football
kind of
coach.
plays into what's on my mind.
Okay, talk about it. What you talking about when you were a substitute teacher?
No, I'm talking about I saw his speech, at the Democratic National Convention.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see it?
I didn't see the speech.
And I hate to tell you this,
yeah,
but he used the word "I" incorrectly twice within 5 sentences.
Really?
Yeah.
How did he use "I"?
He said, It's personal for Gwen. Gwen is his wife.
Okay.
It's personal for Gwen and I. That's wrong.
That is wrong.
And look, it's one thing for some person to say that, but for someone who might be the vice president,
might be the president,
could be the president one day,
yeah.
but to be a leader, or maybe is going to be a leader of the country, to say I like that, and also he was a former teacher.
Yeah. How did he say I?
Now, he wasn't an English teacher, I'll give him that.
Yeah,
but
yeah. How did he say I the second time?
He said something else.
Talk
He just
about
said
picking up on stuff.
I forgot. It was just he said I forgot exactly the wording, but he did it again where it was supposed to be me. He should have said me.
Mm-hmm.
He said something like, for Gwen and I, for Gwen and I, it was a real challenge or something like that.
Yeah.
He was talking about getting her getting pregnant or something like that.
Okay. Oh, it's talking about IVF.
Yeah, something like that. And then he said it was. He said something like, for Gwen and I, it was a challenge or something like that. I said, for Gwen and me.
Yeah.
For Gwen and me, he should know this as a leader. I mean, here's what's crazy to me about it. This is what's crazy is that I would assume that his speech was written by somebody, or at least co-written by somebody or something,
Definitely.
or that at the very least that somebody proofread it and there was an editor or something like that.
Should be, yeah.
I mean, he's running for vice president.
Those speechwriters make good money too, man.
Which writer or editor or whatever proofreader messed up? That you don't. And why I don't like I is because I don't care about bad grammar at all. I mean, if someone said, "Oh yeah, me and Gwen went to the movies," fine, whatever.
Yeah.
But what I don't like about it's personal for Gwen and I is that I sounds like he's trying to sound correct.
Yes.
I don't like when someone is trying to sound smart or trying to sound
and
proper and it's wrong.
Yeah.
To me, that's what I don't like. And so bad grammar I don't care about. But when someone is trying to sound smart and they end up not sounding smart, that to me is that's an offense to me.
Do you think maybe they did that on purpose though?
No.
To make him sound like a little bubbly, like a little everyday man?
But it doesn't. He would sound more everyday if he used. I mean, if it was a different sentence and he said, "Well, me and Gwen, faced a lot of challenges." If he said something like that, or Gwen and me faced a lot of challenges, that sounds more everyday.
Yeah,
and that's all right. I guess it sounds pretentious to say I when you're not. It sounds like it's supposed to be proper, but it's not. Anyway, as a teacher, he should have known that. I mean, I know he's not an English teacher. It wasn't an English teacher.
What was it? What did he teach?
I think he taught social studies and geography.
Okay.
From what I understand, obviously he was a coach too. But,
yeah.
But no, I want potential leaders to speak well because they need to set a good example for other people. For the position that he's in right now, and he needs to be setting a good example and not spreading this use of I, or maybe it's a hypercorrection because we're always told, hey, you got to say and I, and then people do it incorrectly.
Maybe he was nervous though,
I don't know. He sounded very confident in his speech.
No, you could be confident.
All right, you're right.
Be a little nervous.
That's true.
I'm sure he's not getting up every night telling jokes. We forget how
difficult public speaking might be. But you know what? He's been a politician for a while. I mean, he's probably spoke. That comes with a job.
Teacher, yeah,
and
right.
he was a teacher.
Yeah, you're in front of coach. That's true. You're right. But it's different though. I feel like coach, you don't have to say the right things. Like you can just be, you're trying to just inspire. Nobody's looking at for grammar.
Yeah, that's
Teachers.
true. That's true. I just come on with the eyes, people. Huh? With the eyes,
He's interesting though. I think I like his flavor because he seems he doesn't seem like your average politician. And I've gotten out of politics a lot lately.
You what?
I've gotten out of politics.
Gotten out of it. Hey, I don't even want to go political. All I'm saying right now.
All I'm saying. How long you been doing that? I like this.
I don't know, forever, I guess.
All
I'm saying is I'm only making this criticism because I want Tim Walz to speak better you know, for the rest as to set a good example.
Yeah,
And
totally.
it's supposed to be a constructive
criticism
of sorts, you know.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, he did he's funny though, man. I was driving home from an ear appointment and ear appointment.
You got some ear business?
I had an ear infection.
Oh, did you?
I had like swimmer's ear.
Oh, you've been swimming?
Yeah, I was in the ocean. I was in Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
A while ago.
Where?
Place called Lo de Marcos. It's kind of close by what's the name of that? I can't even remember.
Wait, why were you out there?
Oh, me and my wife just taking a vacation.
Oh, yeah? When?
Not too long ago, maybe 2-3 months ago, maybe 2 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had maybe it was just about a month and a half ago. Yeah, and I got like an ear infection out there, and it was really bad, and
It hurt.
yeah, it hurt bad, and I took like medicine. Anyway, I was coming home from the ear doctor when they gave me medicine and everything, and I was listening to NPR, and Tim Walz was up. They were talking about Tim Walz, and him and his daughter did like a Don't Text and Drive commercial in Minnesota, and it was just real funny. They're back and forth.
He and his daughter, I think, actually.
Exactly. And it was
I'm kidding about correcting.
It was funny. It was funny though. Yeah, made me feel good about him.
The thing he did with his daughter.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
Really funny.
Okay.
Good timing. And you know how you can like hear the daughter actually likes her dad
Yeah.
in the voice, and the dad likes his daughter. Like you could hear that all in the whole little sketch they were doing. So
Hey, well,
great.
look, I wish him the best, and I just hope he starts to. I hope that whoever his speechwriters are or whatever, whoever he's working with.
Could you
come
do that?
on.
You think you could write speeches for politicians?
Yeah. I mean, I would. Sure.
Yeah, Greg.
How about you?
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah,
You know, okay.
It'd be fun.
I watch these speeches. They're all the same.
very much so.
They're all the same. I've made this point probably on this podcast before. I don't know, but I feel like, for the most part, politicians when they speak, they remind me of managers in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You ever
Yes.
have a meeting with a manager, and then the things they tell you the things you want to hear, I guess. But then some managers that are a little more shady kind of play on your fears more. I feel like there's certain politicians who do that.
Totally.
But it's all kind of, it just makes me think, okay, they're not going to really do anything. They're just saying things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
that's
it's
maybe
true.
a little bit too much of a cynical take
I don't
on
think
it.
that's. I totally see that. Yeah.
I don't know. They all say the same stuff.
They do.
And that reminds me of managers.
Yeah.
In Hollywood, you know, they all say the same things, and they don't. I mean, I don't know. They don't really feel like they're actually going to do much. It seems like the things that are going to happen are things that you make happen.
Totally.
So I don't know.
But that's life.
Some presidents and people like that, or politicians, are like managers for the country.
That's it.
You know, they're trying to represent the country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's kind of interesting how that is. And I don't know. There's a lot of people in show business who have a lot of disdain for industry.
Yeah. I mean,
So
especially
there's a lot
now.
of people in this country that have disdain for politicians.
Totally.
That's why
I
kind
like
of
what you
similar
said.
is all I'm saying.
You got to do it yourself.
That's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, Greg.
So Greg,
What's up, Brent?
couple things. One, well, all right, let me ask you this.
I'm listening.
Before we started recording, you know, you were kind of asking me about, you know, how I like being an uncle or whatever.
Yeah.
And I guess you have a lot of experience being an uncle.
Yeah, I got I got I got a couple of nephews. 5 nephews.
And some of them, well, okay, I guess the question is, we were talking about kids and stuff, and you don't have kids.
I don't have any kids.
But it's something you've thought about, obviously.
Totally. Me and my wife have definitely thought about it.
See, I like that right there. Me and my wife have thought about it. That's just normal. That's just
my wife and I.
Yeah, but I'm totally cool with me and my wife, you know. That's cool because
everyday man.
My wife and me, we talked about, you know, that's every day.
Yeah.
That's just casual speech. But anyway, okay.
But you put your wife first.
The what?
My wife and myself.
My wife and myself? No, my wife and I.
My wife and I?
Well, myself, all you do is just take out the other person. You take out the other person and see how it sounds, you know?
It's so ridiculous.
Myself has thought about it. I don't know. You would just take out the other thing, you know, anyway. All right. So you talked about it a lot.
Yeah, we've talked about it.
And, but
I don't really want kids because
you don't.
No, I don't.
Really?
No.
Does she?
No. She goes back and forth.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes she does, some days she doesn't, you know.
You seem like you would be a really good dad to me.
That's what everybody says.
My, experience with you.
I think so too. I like kids. I've worked with kids a lot, but I enjoy my freedom.
You do, yeah.
And I think it's a lot of responsibility, you know, raising a good person.
It takes a real man to do it, I say. That's what I've been saying lately. I say lately I've really decided that to be a real man, you have to raise a kid. You know? You have to father and raise a kid.
But a good kid. You know, raising up somebody
what I mean by raising is doing a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean, I don't know, raising, being some deadbeat dad or whatever. You know, I mean, really raising a kid.
Totally. It's hard.
Yeah,
it's a
lot of work. It takes a lot of energy.
Work. Yeah,
you need to be a real man to be able to do it successfully.
I think so too.
You know, and I know, and I said this on my other show, the Chicken Coop. I don't know. I've started to wonder: I don't know if I have what it takes to be a real man.
I don't know if I have the energy.
Yeah.
To do that, it looks like
it is a lot of energy.
All the events, all the driving back and forth.
I mean,
the patience.
Well, before that, even just the
money,
the just watching the money, watching them every moment when there's, it's you have to just keep your eye on them all the time when they're at a certain age. You know,
it's a lot of work.
But also they want to play. They have so much energy.
They want to play,
and you just don't have that kind of energy to keep up with them. You know,
and then when they get a certain age, they hate your guts.
There's that too.
You know, you got to deal with that.
I'm more game for that stuff. I love like the psychology of adolescence and pre-teens and stuff.
But you've been dealing with kids that aren't yours though. It's just different.
No, I know it's a different thing, but that I look forward to that more. I look forward to tackling the issues that come with when they're, want to be adults, I guess,
Yeah. Or they just don't. I was watching something today and they were just saying like from 13 to 24, kids think everything their parents say is stupid or not true.
Yeah.
And then after 24, they're like, oh, my parents are smart. They're absolutely right.
I'm looking forward to that time period because I want to tell them, hey, look, I know you think this is stupid. I want to try to come at it, and I know whatever I say, they're going to probably not. They're going to think it's stupid, but I want to come at it from a perspective of, look, I get it. I know you think I'm just your dad, and I don't know, and I'm not cool or whatever, or I don't know what I'm talking about, and so okay, I just want to tell you this anyway. And then I don't know. I kind of want to. I like the challenge of trying to sort of figuring out a way to connect to them when they're at that age, And look, ideally, I'll have a good enough relationship with them that they will still feel a good connection to me even in the teens,
Yeah, I think man, me and my wife.
I think you would have a good connection with your teenagers.
I think so too, but I mean, you just don't. Teenagers. It's a weird time, and like they're going through so many emotions.
Yeah.
Their bodies changing.
Their penises are growing.
Yeah. Hair. They're listening
their
to like
vaginas
their
are
other
getting
friends.
hairy.
It's crazy, man. We were me and my wife took care of our nieces.
Yeah.
For like a year last year.
How old were they?
15 and 19.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And were they were they kind of rebellious or?
Not really rebellious. Well,
that seems kind of fun.
Not really rebellious. It was just, like their mom got sick and couldn't handle them, couldn't take care of them properly. So they came down and lived with us for a year. And we were thinking about moving to Mexico for a year, me and my wife.
With them?
No, just us. Just for a year. We wanted to see because I work from home, and we just wanted to see how that would be for like a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that they came down, and so we were like, we can't move. Then we had to find schools for.
It's a good thing you didn't move down there. You would have been. you wouldn't even have an ear by now.
No,
right?
no.
I'm
They
just
got
kidding.
great medical out of Mexico. But anyway, it was difficult, man. It was a lot. They're moody.
Yeah.
They're moody.
But you weren't having to change diapers or anything.
No. But
you
you
don't do anything like that.
but getting somebody to clean their room.
Oh yeah.
Or like, and like saying it 4 times. Hey, it's the weekend. You need to clean your room, or don't eat in the bedroom. Or,
so were you also just full on providing for them? I mean,
totally.
Yeah.
So
you just were basically their parent.
We had guardianship for a year.
You did. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It was driving them to school in the morning, picking them up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everything.
Wow.
Making sure they do
How did
their
that feel?
homework.
Did you feel like a real man?
I felt like
Did you feel like you were teaching? Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. I mean, it was hard. It was hard and difficult just trying to figure out the right things to say.
Did they talk back to you ever?
No.
They were
weren't
pretty
really,
respectful.
They were respectful, but they got moody. So it was like you're dealing with like these girl attitudes. So they weren't really like, they're girls, so they didn't like talk back to you, but they, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
where are they from? Virginia?
No, they're from Seattle.
Oh,
it was Janelle's. It was my wife's.
Oh, it was her side.
Her sister.
Her
side
family.
of the family.
Yeah.
So,
that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it was. So it's like that's another thing. It's like they're not really.
They're not even really
related to me. So it's like. Yeah. So like when issues came up, I'd be like, babe, you need to, you gotta say this to him. I'm like, come on, I'm just Greg. Like, they know
Do
you.
they call you Uncle Greg?
No, they call me Greg.
Because I call my, people that are not blood related to me. I call them uncle. For example, my uncle's, my dad's brother's wife. I call her aunt.
Oh, of course. But I think, they knew me when. Like I was just dating their aunt.
Yeah.
So it's like,
right.
They weren't born into me just being an uncle.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that is kind of weird that you you would have to start calling you uncle.
This guy uncle. I've been calling him Greg.
So they just call you Greg, but they call your wife aunt.
They call her auntie.
Oh, auntie. Yeah. Okay,
yeah, auntie.
Yeah. Now you've had other kids live with you.
Yeah, I've had my brother live with me, who wasn't a kid. But he's my kid brother, so that dynamic.
Well, how many years apart?
He only lived with me for 1 year.
How many years apart were you,
I
though?
think he's like maybe, I don't know, maybe 10 years younger.
Okay, 10 years.
Maybe 12.
Okay, wow, 12. Okay,
12 years younger than me. Yeah.
And it did feel like you had he was more of a kid though that you were living with.
Not a kid, just. Like when I left home, he was still like such a kid.
Yeah.
And we didn't get to spend so much time together after I left home. So I didn't like really have the ability to like if we lived together longer when I was still in Virginia, I would have stuff I did with him as a kid, I cut his hair, took him to school, picked him up from school. I did like big brother stuff with him. And if I would have stayed there while he was a teenager and, like in his 19, 20-year-old, I would have like helped him, shaped him a little bit better. So I felt like I was doing those things when he lived with me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. And so you had him and who else?
And my wife's other niece stayed with us for a while.
How was she?
How old was she? I think she was like 17 when she stayed with us. And then her brother stayed with us for a year one time.
How old was he?
I think he was around 18 when he stayed with us.
That's interesting that you have these teenagers.
He's a superstar though.
Oh,
he
really?
stayed with us for a year, and he's doing great. Well,
really?
He got into a little trouble recently, but he's doing great. He's doing great.
Okay.
Yeah, we call it the group home.
Did you feel like you had any fatherly moments with these people?
Yeah.
Did you feel like you kind of seemed like you were a father?
Yeah, well, not a father.
Or
I
you
just
seemed like kind of fatherly, I guess.
Totally. Yeah.
So what did you do? Give people good advice?
Oh, yeah, good advice. Or if they're thinking about, like.
What was an example?
At one point, they're all like trying to get a job.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to like tell them the proper way to do it. And they're kids, so they think like if I just drop off an application, that's it. And I'm like, nah, man, you got to bug people. You got to keep calling them. You got to, I don't want to seem like I'm being pesky. I'm like, that's how you get the job, is being pesky.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they don't believe you. And then they think you're like being a little too intrusive. So, you got to learn when to like push and not push and let them learn on their own sometimes.
Did you ever have to give them any kind of advice with regards to dating or anything or stuff like that?
I remember one time the 19-year-old niece wanted to hang out with this dude, and my wife was like, well, let us know where you're going. Let me see a picture of him. Like, is he a creep? She was like, what do you mean is he a creep? I'm like, we just want to know. We don't want you to end up in like a trash can somewhere. You know what I mean? It's LA.
Where'd you meet him?
I don't know where she met him. I think she met him at like Chipotle or something.
Chipotle?
Yeah, they just took like a walk on like Dockweiler Beach or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you saw the picture of him?
Yeah, we saw a picture of him.
What did you think?
Well, like a regular dude.
He didn't look weird or
No, not. But it's just like, I don't know. It's just like trying to relate to these kids. Like, hey, man, you're our responsibility. We don't know these people. You don't know this guy. He could be a creep. Like, give us some information.
Do you? So you have an extra bedroom in your place?
Yeah.
People?
2. Yeah.
Oh, 2 extra bedrooms.
2 extra bedrooms.
Wow.
Well, one is an office, but yeah, it just turned into a
Uh-huh. Let me ask you this.
I'm
on
listening.
this show, oftentimes we try to help people if they have anything that's kind of bothering them, annoying them.
Yeah.
And give them, try to help fix it. Is there anything been annoying you lately? Anything
annoying me?
Yeah, like Tim Walls saying I incorrectly or something like that?
I don't know. Like, I'm not, it's just.
Do you get annoyed ever?
I do get annoyed.
Really?
I think right now the responsibilities of being an older man is hard. It's like, it's so many people to take care of. And then my parents are getting older.
Yeah.
So that's like, that's been rough.
No, I hear you. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and you just don't think about this when you're like younger, And, I go home. I go back to Virginia like every 3 months now.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just to hang out, stay with my dad for like a week and a half, just to make sure everything's cool. If there's any problems at the house.
Are you there by yourself?
No, he's there.
No, are you there? There's no one else there besides you and him?
No, just him. And his dog just died.
Oh. So, is it
It's
kind of
rough.
lonely for you when you go out there?
No, I got great friends.
You have a lot of friends there.
Yeah, so many friends.
Did you leave state for college?
No, I stayed.
No.
I stayed home for college. Yeah.
You did? Okay,
Yeah. So that's it. That's the only thing bugging me.
Did you ever live in another state? For some reason, I have this thought that you spent time in another state.
No. I have family in Florida and in North Carolina, but the first time I really like left to go live somewhere was when I moved to the Bay Area.
Yeah.
When I was 21.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Started hanging out with you guys.
Yeah, no, I think, I probably met you not long after you moved. I don't know. How long had you moved to?
I think I'd been there a year, but I think like I had seen you guys for like a year for like a year and a half, and then we met. So I had been seeing you guys at Mike's and stuff.
You had seen, I remember the first time I met you.
Yeah. Was it that show?
It was at Spanganga.
Yeah.
And
but yeah, I'd seen you for like a year and a half.
You had already?
Totally.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought
yeah.
that was your first time seeing me. It was at that show at Spanganga. I'm talking about
the Doo-Doo show?
Yeah.
No,
It wasn't the doo-doo show. I mean, I made it. My portion of the show was the doo-doo show, but it was Mike.
That's how I remember
It was Mike Spiegelman's
I know,
show.
yeah, Speaks.
And then, but I did a thing where I was showing pictures of poo
Hilarious.
and had the flamingos playing.
Hilarious.
But I remember you laughing at it, and I
Loved
thought,
it.
that guy's cool. He laughs. He's into this kind of thing.
Absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it.
That's where I met you.
It's
Though.
one of my favorite songs.
I love this. I love that.
It's one of my favorite songs. And
song.
seeing that with that, and I was like, oh, this dude. Like, I'd already seen you. It's funny.
That's crazy. I didn't know you had seen me before that.
Yeah, because when I started doing like open mics, I had like a buddy that would always come out, and to this day, I'm still friends with him, and he talks about you and Jasper. It's like, because that's who he saw all the time.
Oh yeah. I know. I didn't realize that you had been to other shows. I thought that you started coming to shows then,
No.
and then I was wondering, how did you know about that show? How did you end up at that?
No, just because I had been to the other mics and stuff.
You had.
And I knew about that.
Okay.
Because who else? I think Shay was on that show.
Kevin Che, yeah, maybe, yeah.
I think Shay was on that show because he did his like cowboy joke with the eyes.
Nah, me. He's like, nah, me. He kind of sounds a little bit like this. And he's like,
That was a good Shay.
I'm Kevin the Kid. He's like, and then I got on my rickshaw and I got the fuck out of there. That's how he talks, right?
That's a good Shay.
You think that sounds like him?
Where's he at now? I think he's moving to
Seattle.
He's moving to Colorado.
Okay, but he was in Seattle.
He was in
I think.
Seattle for a while. He just got married,
Yeah.
and he's moving to Denver.
Yeah.
Everybody's moving to Denver.
They are? Who's everybody?
I know Rory moved to Denver,
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
and well, that's it. Rory and Shay.
Oh, you're right though. I mean that.
And
no,
Borey's in Denver too. Borey's back in Denver.
Who?
David Borey.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, he's back in Denver.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, he's on tour a lot too.
Denver's gonna be the new Austin, I guess.
Do you think so?
Well, I don't know. We got a few people there.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, that's true.
Well, there's other people who have been there and
Yeah,
have stayed
yeah.
there. You know.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll go there instead
I
of
like
Mexico.
Denver.
You do?
It's all right. Yeah,
What's
I
your
like
favorite
Denver.
state?
My favorite state?
Probably Virginia.
No. I guess California.
Yeah. Well, yeah, sure. I mean,
Yeah.
you got everything here.
I love California.
It's got everything you need.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
What do you like more, the Bay Area or Los Angeles?
Ooh, tough one. Well, LA now. Now, Bay Area early 2000s, can't be beat. So much fun.
Yeah, tell me about it. It's a time that is very
it's just weird.
It's very strong in my memory, just because it
just-
was a time that, the early 2000s in San Francisco was just
man.
very I just remember that time in my life very firmly.
It's it's like Weirdo Haven. Like you can see a lady doing like a puppet show on the street, and
you can see that here.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
The Hollywood Bowl, David Liebert Hart.
No, but you can see like a lady like doing a puppet show like on the street, and that try to get and like
You talking about that woman? She was maybe Japanese or something.
in the Mission.
She did do puppets, right?
Yeah,
that woman.
Mm-hmm. In the Mission, kind of close by the dark room, but you would see that.
She would wear makeup and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would see that in Berkeley. It was just, as a kid from Virginia moving there, it was just great for me because I always felt like kind of like a misfit.
Why did you move to San Francisco?
I got a job.
Oh, okay.
I got like a theater job in Oakland, and but Oakland wasn't very like opening to me. Like I couldn't make friends out there that much, except for the people I worked with. But when I kept going to San Francisco, I would meet so many cool people, and so I just started coming out all the time, just going over the Bay Bridge like every day. Yeah.
And it was interesting. The early 2000s San Francisco for me, I didn't really start using the internet until the mid 2000s.
Okay.
And I started maybe around around 2003 or 4, I started using the internet more regularly, but only by going to the library to use the internet. So I don't know. I think of the early 2000s in San Francisco to me as just this time before the internet for me, because I wasn't using the internet, even though it was around.
Mm-hmm.
But it just felt like, I don't know, it just wasn't being online wasn't a thing,
No,
it just
you were
felt
living.
like I was in San Francisco and that's it, and that's it. I mean, I would go to my apartment and that's it,
You went to Berkeley, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But you're from here though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But your family's up there though now, right?
No, only my sister is now. You know,
Okay,
but
okay.
they my siblings kind of followed me up there.
Yeah.
And then most of us
But
moved away, but my sister still lives
But
there.
your parents are still here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Nikki and Max are in New York.
Yeah.
Okay.
They might move here next year, actually.
Nice. Good. I know you like that.
Sure. I mean, yeah. I wish all my siblings lived here. Actually, you know. I hope one day my sister moves here. You know.
Yeah.
But your dad was a mailman.
Yeah. Retired now. Yeah.
Yeah. How many years did he work as a mailman?
I don't even know, man.
Does he have a lot of crazy stories?
Doing that?
Yeah.
Not really. No, nobody really. I mean, he's such a nice guy. He's tall, handsome. Like, nobody really messed with him. They just gave him stuff all the time.
Oh, did they?
Oh, man. My dad would, like, Christmas time, he'd come up with so many gifts.
Really?
Oh.
Because people would get gifts in the mail and they'd say, "Oh, I actually don't want this. Do you want this?"
No.
Or no. They just give it to him.
They would have gifts
for him.
For him.
For the mailman.
For the mailman.
Wow, that's nice.
Yeah, all types of stuff.
Really? Like
man.
what? What kind of stuff?
Money.
Really?
Whatever
That's
place
nice.
like he would deliver to, hair products or just anything. Candy.
Yeah.
Just so much stuff.
Oh,
And he'd
that's-
just give it to me and my sister and my brother.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so much stuff.
What's the craziest thing he got?
Remember one time he came home with like one of those like super long subs?
Subs?
Like those big long sandwiches? Yeah. Like maybe a 15-foot one. or
Really?
something. Yeah.
A 15-foot sandwich?
Yeah.
He came home with a 15-foot
I
sandwich?
mean, it was cut, but yeah, he came home with one. Yeah.
15 feet?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
They gave it to him like they
taller than us.
Yeah, but they had chopped it up and just gave it to him in like all these bags. But it was like, it's really super long, but we figured out like, it's no need to give it to you like that. So and he brought it home for us and we all just, that was
How
dinner.
long did it last?
I mean, maybe a couple days.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bunch, like
15
5
feet.
of us.
Damn.
5, 6 of us.
I mean, when you think about it, you get a foot long. That's your meal, right?
Yeah, you're good.
So we're talking 2 weeks this could last you, maybe. Well,
Could.
one person.
Could.
Yeah, one
But
person.
nah, I mean, it was like, I think my grandmother was living with us at the time too.
Okay, so okay.
A couple days.
I'm thinking longer. Okay? I'm thinking longer.
Couple days. I mean, you get something like that, then your friends start coming over.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Okay,
my
okay.
friends too.
Oh, yeah,
Everybody's
it's the
like,
holidays too.
Yeah,
maybe? I don't know.
Everybody's like, what pastrami?
Did your dad ever have any problems with dogs?
Not really. I mean, he would spray though, but not really.
Thanks. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, that was quick.
Oh,
45?
yeah, easy. Easy.
No, not really.
He gets sprayed?
He would spray, but not a lot.
He'd spray dogs?
Not a lot. Only
With
like
what?
he said, like they have their pepper spray for the dogs.
They do.
Yeah. The mailman do, but
that
he
right?
said he only did like maybe 2.
So a dog starts coming at him, he just goes,
A dog comes at him and he's like, hey. Shh. It comes down the stream too.
oh, really?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
not a spray, it's just more of a stream.
Yeah, but some of them
Sprays
have,
him in the eyes?
sprays him in the eyes.
And did they go,
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, I mean I've seen it happen. I mean not from him, but I've seen it happen myself.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen a person get sprayed with pepper spray in high school,
Really?
which was crazy. And then
How did someone brought pepper spray to school?
this girl who was crazy. Yeah,
What
and she
is
sprayed this dude.
Oh, why? What was going
I
on?
guess they were just having issues. This was after school, and I didn't know it came out. I didn't know it came out in the stream.
Uh-huh.
And she got him. She just said, "Doop," and my imagination just went, and hit him right in the eye. Yeah, it was terrible. It was burning him up.
Really?
His face was all puffy. Yeah. He's doing well though now.
Yeah.
He's a lawyer.
Is he?
He's a lawyer.
Really?
He's a
You
sports.
keep up with him?
Everyone. I mean, yeah. We played on the same football team. He's a
Oh, you did?
sports agent. Yeah, he's a sports agent.
Were you on the football team all 4 years of high school?
Not my freshman year. My 8th grade year, and then 9th grade. I was like, nah, I don't want to do anything. And then,
Well, in 8th grade, you weren't on your high school team.
yeah. 8th grade, I played for my high school. Well, not
how's that?
varsity, but junior varsity.
You could play for your high school in 8th grade?
Yeah.
How is that possible? You're not in high school yet.
But you just go. You play for the high school you're about to go to.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah. You play junior varsity.
Well, do you think you would play junior varsity in 9th and 10th grade?
You can do that too.
Huh.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. In 9th grade, so when you were 13, or whatever?
Yeah. When I was 13, I played for my high school. And then 9th grade came around.
That you weren't even yet going to?
No. I went from...
Never heard of that.
How did we go there? How did we get there? I think there was like a bus we took from middle school that would drop us off at the high school, and then we would go to practice.
Did you, as a footballer, what did you guys think of the marching band?
Oh, loved them. They were great.
You guys had fun with them?
Yeah.
Or did you think,
good friends?
Yeah, okay.
Beautiful girls. Yeah, a lot of hot girls on a dance line, and yeah, they were friends too. Like we didn't do that whole like they're nerds or like.
You didn't. That's what I'm wondering.
Nah.
You think they were nerds?
Nah, I mean the music they played was great too.
Yeah. What did they play when you were?
They played songs that were popular.
Dun 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 dun. They did that one.
They did that for sure. Dun 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 dun
dun dun dun dun dun dun.
They played Wu-Tang.
Yeah.
They played some Wu-Tang. Then they would play like classics like Teddy Riley stuff from like Guy. Yeah. They played great stuff. Yeah, we loved it.
So they had New Jack Swing out in
the
marching band.
New Jack Swing. Yes, they did. Yeah.
I never a marching band doing New Jack Swing. That sounds pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, man. It was fun.
Teddy Riley.
Good music.
And what was their they had a good halftime show?
Well, I never saw it, but
because you guys were in the locker room.
We're in the locker room getting yelled at.
Really?
And getting smacked.
Really? Smacked? What do you mean? By who?
Coaches.
The coaches will smack you?
Every once in a while. Not
Where?
all the time. In our faces.
No.
Yes.
They smacked your face? A coach?
Yes. It was different times then.
How so? How did that go down?
Man, I remember this was when I was in 10th grade, and these like big dudes. One of my good friends, this guy we called Bumble, like Bumblebee. He's big. He was big too. He's a lot slimmer now, but he was huge back then. And then this guy named Marcus Smith, who was probably like 5'11", 345 pounds.
Really?
Huge, right? And this was our first game. And we had some crazy coaches, man. They were just wild. And, I remember they were writing on the chalkboard. They were just writing everybody's weight on the chalkboard, and they were just getting riled up, and they just put them like on a bench, and our coach just smacked one of them in the face.
Wait, but what preceded the slap? I mean, how did that? Why?
I guess he was just getting us hyped up. And it was like, I want you to get mad. I want you to knock these guys out. And he hit the shoulder pads, and he hit the other shoulder pads, and whack, hit him in the face. And you see everybody in the room like want to laugh, but you can't laugh, and because you get in trouble. And he did the same thing to the next guy. But I mean,
you got slapped.
No, I didn't get slapped. They got slapped.
Okay,
they got slapped. But other people would get slapped every once in a while too. But not everybody's getting slapped.
Did you go out with a cheerleader
in high school?
Yeah.
Not from my school. No, not from my school.
Oh, you went out with a cheerleader from a different school?
From a different school.
Oh, did people feel like it was a West Side Story kind of situation?
No, not at all. Nobody cared.
Did you make a lot of points?
No, I didn't make any points.
What were you, some sort of defense type person?
Yeah, just defense.
So what are you doing, just blocking people?
I blocked people and I tackled people.
Oh, you tackled?
I tackled.
Did you ever get tackled?
No, because you'd have to have the ball. Nobody's
right.
But
so you were not running?
No, I wasn't running with the ball. Yeah. Not at all. I was blocking people that were running with the ball, and I was trying to hit people that had the ball.
You ever cause any injuries?
No.
Did you ever get any injuries?
Oh yeah,
really?
For sure.
Like what?
Yeah, I remember one time I got like a nice cut like over my eye, and I got like a bad shoulder. I would hurt my shoulder a lot, my left shoulder, which is like terrible these days.
Oh, you still have pain from that?
Well, my dad has a bad shoulder too.
Oh, so you don't know.
And his left one. But yeah, my left shoulder's like, it's awful. And I tore my ACL, my right ACL.
Do you love football?
I mean, I love basketball. I like football a lot. I enjoyed playing it.
Did you play basketball in high school?
No, everybody was way too good. No.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Were you good at football?
Yeah, I was good at both. But
do you ever get mad?
Mad?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Did you get mad in high school?
Yeah.
Did you ever take that anger out on the field?
Of course.
You did?
That's the best part.
Really?
Yeah.
So when you tackled people, you were getting anger out.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
It was great, man.
What were you angry about? And
I was angry about just being young. I was angry about being stuck in this shitty town. Well, not shitty, but I was stuck in this town that I don't think people like understood me, you know. But I mean, I had friends. I just felt kind of like no, I mean, I had a lot of friends. I had a good life growing up, but I didn't feel completely understood, and I didn't feel like
typical teenage
angst.
Yeah.
But I took it out. I was glad I played football because I was able to hit people.
Think about that, all right? That footballers throughout time probably, I mean, when they're having to tackle people and stuff, they're taking their anger out.
Oh, man.
Just think about being on the receiving end of that. You know what I mean? They're getting not just physically hit, but they're getting hit with passion, some sort of passion and emotion,
Totally, yeah.
That's pretty scary.
Oh, it's great.
I would die.
No, you would.
If I was on the field, I would die.
It's like I remember the time when like
I would die. I think I could. They would break me physically.
No, I don't.
They would
so.
break me in half. I'm a twig. I'm so light.
You get a mind state though in your head.
Well, I would just be a kicker. I think I come out, kick the ball. I'm out of here. I'm out of there. I'm on the bench
and win the games. Yeah. You'd be the star. Yeah, we had a good kicker. This guy named Sathapan Boonarong. This guy from God, where was Jimmy from? I think Jimmy was from South Korea, and he moved to Virginia, and he became our kicker. Mm-hmm. Best kicker ever.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, did he have any sort of background in
soccer?
He did.
Yeah, he played soccer.
Okay.
And then we figured out he played soccer, and then the coach was like, "All right, come on out here. Let's see what you can do."
He's like, the coach comes out. He's like, "All right, come on out." Slap. He just slaps him in the face.
He just slapped
Jimmy.
You
play soccer? All right then. Bam.
He slapped Jimmy.
Now get out there and kick some balls.
Jimmy
for
could
Tim
kick,
Walls.
Man. I mean, this dude was kicking from like 75 yards, man. Just like, and then our team always won. So then when we got Jimmy, they were like, "Come on, man, this isn't fair. Like, you guys get this dude." But yeah, it was fun.
Shoot. Well, look, let's dig into some more of this. I want to hear what there's aggression. I want to find out about
aggression.
What's happening in the locker room besides getting slapped. You know, what kind of balls are we seeing there? We're gonna get into that. All right, we're gonna talk about what kind of balls exist in the locker room.
Hilarious.
Were you showering with other guys?
I was
stuff
showering.
like that. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna find out the details. You know, how much nudity there was, how much soap was being shared, and so on and so forth. And if you want to join us, we're going to continue on. Join us on Patreon, patreon.com/Poundcast. And you get bonus content there. There's, extended episodes. And the episode comes out a couple days early, okay, if you just can't wait for the next episode. And then also mostly ad-free, okay? There's just the jerky ad is on there. That's it. That's the only ad. Other than that, it's totally ad-free. And so once again, patreon.com/Poundcast. And if you want to watch the show, you can watch it on youtube.com/ThePoundcast. And I don't know. What else? I mean, well, anyway, look, I want to thank Greg Edwards for being my guest here.
Thank you, Brent.
And
thank you, man.
Where can people check stuff out? What do you want to promote right now?
Man, you can go to my Instagram, Greg Comedy. I'm still on Twitter. I need to get off Twitter. Nobody's there anymore. It feels bad.
I mean, people are still on there. You know?
Think so?
Yeah, I mean, some people use it. I mean,
Greg the Grouch on Twitter.
Greg the Grouch.
GregEdwardsArt.com. I do a lot of art. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's it. I do shows. Not as much as I used to, but I still do shows. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, at one point, check out D's Nuts Behind the Balls.
Behind the Balls.
Will be a kind of a co-venture here.
We should do it,
hopefully that will come to fruition at one point.
We should figure out how to do it. We could do it for cheap.
Yeah.
I think we can find a way to do it for cheap.
Hopefully, yeah. Be cool, Want to thank Aaron Brentgart behind the boards. and Jack Birch behind the other boards.
What's up, Jack?
Jack, wherever you are.
Yeah.
And
what about the artist?
Marika.
Give
it up to Marika.
Good job, Marika. You got Brent's essence.
Oh, you think that's my essence?
Totally.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Got your eyes. Those crazy. A little bit of crazy in the eyes. Yeah. Got your essence and your little stubble. People don't get your stubble. When I drew you that time, I got your stubble in real good.
I don't have stubble today.
You don't. But you got stubble. You always have like a little
shadow.
The Homer shadow.
Yeah, it's hard to get that off.
No, you don't need to. You got to keep that, man.
It's hard to get it off.
You got to keep it.
And I think that's it. We're gonna wrap it up. I'm just trying to make sure there's nothing else to mention. I think that's it.
Shout out to Reebok Classics.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about the shoes. I mean, these are the classic, whatever. You know these shoes, classic shoes I've had for a long time. I mean, this style of a long time.
How many pair do you have? Do you have?
Well, I have 2 saved up because they don't make this design anymore.
Oh really?
Well, this model they changed the design. I'll get into it on the in the unzipped. Unzipped is one.
Those were pretty boy shoes where I'm from.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
You had to be like the dude that like dresses like snazzy.
Is that right?
Yeah, where I'm from.
Oh, interesting.
Those are like, yeah.
All right. I switched to Reebok in about around 2004.
Really?
Yeah. Before that, I was using Turntech.
Turntech.
Yeah, I had Turntech, and before that, Rydell.
Oh, all right. We used to rock Rydell for football, actually.
Is that right?
Yeah, those were our cleats.
Yeah. I was doing Rydell in '96.
Okay.
And then about '98, I started going with the Turntech. And then 2004, I changed to Reebok.
So only three pairs
for white sneakers. Yes.
Okay.
And
do you ever wear like others?
Before that, no. Before '96, I was wearing a Nike. I was always Nike.
What kind of Nikes though? Like Cortez?
Nike Airs.
Okay.
I think they're called
yeah.
Nike. I mean,
Air Max?
What?
Air Max?
I don't think they were Air
Nike
Max.
Air,
It was just
okay.
They were pretty. They weren't too flashy. They were just sort of classic, sort of black Nikes.
Okay,
anyway.
but they were black.
Yeah, they were black.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
That's what They were black. Yeah.
But you've been wearing just straight white for a long time,
Since
right?
'96.
'96.
Yeah.
I love that.
All right, I think that's it. I thought there was one thing I was going to mention. I can't remember what it is anymore. All right, well, whatever. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching the Poundcast. I'm Brent Weinbach. Thanks again to Greg Edwards. And I think next week, I said this last week, but I think next week Doug's going to be on. And, and a guest, I think. Another guest. So. Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Brent talking. Brent, what will Brent talk about today? Brent talking to some pimples. Brent will talk to friends and Brent talking on the Poundcast.